what about the documents when I die? A will, a revocable living trust. How does that work? Well, let's start with a will. And I can tell you most everybody who says, I want a simple will. And whether or not a simple will is right for them, what they're saying is, I just want to understand my estate plan. I don't want things to be terribly complicated. So what is a will? A will is a legal document that you sign while you have capacity, while you're alive, and it says where your assets go when you die. Pretty simple, right? A will has the ability to do a whole lot of things to benefit your estate, your family, your beneficiaries. I'll talk about that shortly. But I wanted you to understand that a will has no effect until you die. A will typically means that there is going to be a probate. And depending on where you reside, you might hear the words probate and go, oh no, terrible. That's a bad idea. Depends on where you live, if it's a good or bad idea. Depends upon your situation. In Washington, it might be a really good idea that on your death, your will is probated. We'll talk about that. If you live in another jurisdiction, it might be a terrible idea. If you live in California, for example, estate plans are typically set up not based upon a will platform, but based on a revocable living trust type platform. Because probates in some states are very expensive. They're not based on how much effort and time the lawyers needed to spend on filing the will, getting the executor appointed, paying any creditors, gathering the assets and distributing it out. That's what a probate is. It could be based on the value of the estate. So for example, it could be a percentage of the estate. And if you live in one of those states where your real property is worth a whole lot more money than it ever used to be, you might want to make sure that you don't have to pay those probate costs. So instead of having a will-based dispositive estate planning type plan, instead you're going to have a revocable living trust plan. Why revocable living trusts are so attractive is that they are intended to avoid probate on your death.